Hello there, fellow music lovers at the vinyl community and at YouTube. Uh, it has been time again to show some vinyl updates for October. Besides what I showed from Stockholm and from the record fair. This is what I've been finding outside those two big events. And I pulled the brakes a little bit after the fair in Stockholm because I felt like I had bought so much that I didn't want to go broke. So I took it easy a bit on buying records until I got the money now yesterday, and I did my regular search through this city's second-hand stores and flea markets, and was able to come up with some rather funny stuff actually during these 2 days. So let's show it and start with some CDs. This is an album. If you had asked me when it was released in 1996, 97, 96, 97, that if you'd told me that in 2014 you're going to love this band, you're going to buy this record, you're going to listen to it, I would have shaken my head and asked this person if he was actually real in his head, because I had no love lost for that band then. But now, late as I always am in some points, I realized that this was actually a really good band. And then I'm talking about the Prodigy and their album The Fat of the Land. Very, very experimental dance music, never boring 1 second, at least the singles. I haven't heard the rest of the album. So I have high expectations on this one, but as I said, it is an album that I didn't think that I never saw myself buying about 15 years ago. So it's very interesting. Going to be very interesting. Singles, not the best sleeve, but I felt like I wanted to have this in my collection. Phil Collins, Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, from the But Seriously album from 1989. And we have here George McRae, Rock Your Baby, in a new release from 1988. And I'm nothing against the original Rock Your Baby. I think it's a pretty sweet disco reggae song. But the reason I bought this one was because it is remixed by Paul Hardcastle, a British instrumentalist that I really like. So it's going to be interesting to see how he managed to what he has done to this song, actually, this 70s classics. Starship, Tomorrow Doesn't Matter Tonight. It's from the Knee Deep in the Hoopla album, so I guess it's some kind of a follow-up to We Built This City. Here we have Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston. It Isn't, It Wasn't, It Ain't Never Gonna Be, from 1989, and Aretha's album Through the Storm. Side 2 is also a 1992 version of her old classic Think. Very interesting version, I definitely would say. Here's one CD that I forgot I bought yesterday. Was very happy to find this one, actually, because I got it for only 20 cents, barely. Oscar Peterson, an Oscar Peterson CD from 2000. From the series Quiet Now, Time and Again. Some very interesting, relaxing piano jazz. This one was a risk taker. This is Renegade Soundwave from 1988, Binding My Nails. I never heard of the band, but the reason I bought it was that it is released on mute and is produced by Flood. So I thought it was going to be something near Depeche Mode then, because Flood has been producing a lot of Depeche Mode songs, and Mute is their label. So, but it wasn't near Depeche Mode, but it wasn't all that bad either. It was really good actually. It was some kind of really early form of big beat with a lot of experimental drums and very interesting refrain and sounding more. It doesn't sound all that 80s actually. It sounds like it is some kind of 90s stuff, but really interesting, good stuff. I was pretty surprised. Jean Carn, Closer Than Close. Jean Carn, an old soul lady from Philadelphia Records normally. This is a late song from 1985. 1986. This is Simple Red, one of the first songs, Come to My Aid from 85. This, I never heard of the band. This is a sequel, and the song Tell Him I Called. The reason I bought it is that it's produced by Stock-Aitken-Waterman. And it is one of the least successful and famous Stock-Aitken-Waterman productions. So it wasn't all that bad. It was kind of good actually. Belinda Carlisle, I Feel the Magic. One of Belinda's earliest solo songs from her first album from 1986. Not her best songs. It is a little so-so, but I keep it anyway because I want it in my Belinda collection. From the 70s now, Sailor, A Glass of Champagne, 1975. Jermaine Jackson, the brother of Michael Jackson, Dynamite from 1984. And this is also very interesting because the B-side is a song that I really like with Jermaine Jackson and especially Michael Jackson. Is perhaps one of the best songs Michael Jackson ever did. They duet together, Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming. But this is an instrumental version of that song. So it's kind of fun and kind of interesting to listen to it without any vocal actually. So that was it with the 7-inch. Let's go on to the full length and a band that I wanted to have an album with for so long. I'm listening to them on the internet many times, and I haven't been able to find any real records with them in any of the flea markets or secondhand stores that I visit regularly. And that is the Carpenters. Now I found the singles 1969 to 1973. Gatefold. So I was really happy to find this one actually. It's been a very weak year for 80s findings actually. I'm very disappointed that I haven't been able to find more 80s this year. But here is Mel and Kim, yet another Stock-Aitken-Waterman production with the album FLM, Fun, Love and Money. I have this one already, but this is special release. This is a Japanese, American and Canadian pressing. The original pressing, European version, looks like this. So it was very interesting to find it anyway. Gazebo, some Italo disco with a self-titled album from 1983, containing the hit single I Like Chopin. That is his most famous song. 70s soul music, Delegation, The Promise of Love from 1976. This is a kind of interesting finding. This is Alan Parsons' Project. Little worn out in the downside, but still I wanted to have this one. The Turn of a Friendly Card from 1979-80. This is my 7th Alan Parsons album, so I was very happy to find this one. I have shown 2 albums with Anne Murray, and here comes the third one, Danny's Song from 1973. And finally, some jazz. I found this one, the famous Goodman Dates. This is some small band recordings with Benny Goodman from between 1939 and 45. Some of them I already have. Some of his most famous, Benny Goodman's most famous recordings with Charlie Christian. But some of them I don't have actually. Some of them contains even Count Basie at piano. And the interesting thing here was that when I was holding this in my hand and going through the CDs at the second-hand store, and a man looked at me and said, "Can I take a look at this, the album that you're holding?" And here, you take good care of this one, you. So I don't know. It doesn't look all that valuable to me, but hopefully it's good music anyway. Released on Philips Mini Groove. So with that, those were my findings for October. I hope that it will be even better in November. So let's hope that you all have a very nice weekend, and until next time, see you.